Hi all, welcome to Snowflake Scholars Knowledge Sharing Sessions. I'm Lakshmi. Today's topic is on how to put the file in the Snowflake stage using the put command. Before discussing on the put command, um, we'll just have a quick recall on what we discussed in the last session. So in last session, we discussed on various steps that are involved in the data loading into the Snowflake. So we understood how to understand the input file, okay, and also we understood various column data types in the Snowflake, and we have created the source table in the Snowflake into which we are going to load our input file. And as part of that, we discussed how to set up the context, how to set up the database and schema, and we discussed on the steps that are involved while loading the input file data into the Snowflake. So let's quickly look at those steps once again. Okay, so we have a local file in our desktop, SESV file, and we already created a table in the Snowflake. Okay, and now we have to bring that records from that local file into our Snowflake. For that, we have to follow some steps like we need to create the Snowflake stage, and in which we have to put that our local file into this Snowflake stage. Stage is nothing but a temporary memory landing location for our file in the Snowflake. So using put command, we will put the file into the Snowflake stage, and later on we will use a copy command to load the records from that staged file, to load the data into the Snowflake table. For that, we need to inform the Snowflake what kind of file format we are using. Either we are using a structured file or a semi-structured file. Structured file means we already discussed, like it's a CSV, .tsv, dot that files comes under semi-structured. So if we understand .csv, then we are good with the .tsv and .dat also. Semi-structured means JSON, Parquet, Avro, XML, or ORC comes under semi-structured. So we have to tell the Snowflake like which type of file we are trying to load the data into the Snowflake. In this session, we are going to put the CSV file into the stage using the put command, and in future sessions, we also load the JSON file. Okay, so and also we understood what are the types of stages, right? Like there are two types of stages. One is internal and the other is external. Internal is used to load the local files which are existing in Linux FTP paths or Windows FTP paths or Windows locations and Mac locations. Correct. Uh, so and external stages are all is used to load the data from cloud storage accounts. And we are also understand like internal stage is of three types: user stage, table stage, and named internal stage. User stage means every Snowflake account user will have a user stage. Snowflake will automatically create for you as soon as the user is created for you. Okay, so user stage is represented with at the rate tilde symbol. And what is table stage? Table stage means if you create any table in the Snowflake, automatically a table stage is created for you by the Snowflake, and that is represented with at the rate percentile table. And named internal stage means you will create your own stage with the desired name. Okay, and that is represented with at the rate and your name, through which you created that stage. And same external stage also represented with the name given while you are creating the external stage. Okay, with all these stages, either it can be user stage, table stage, named internal, or external stage, we can load the data into the Snowflake table. So in this session, we are going to put the files in each of these stage and see how we can query the data from query the records from these stages. So we are going to discuss on the internal stages. Okay, so let's go into the Snowflake. Yeah, this is Snowflake. In last session, we have created a base table, right? um, Now we are trying to load the put the file in the stage. Okay, this is the command we have to use to load the data into the file. Let me write it again for you here. So put file file is case sensitive word here. You cannot use uppercase or mixed case. Okay, and you have to copy the path from your folder where exactly your file is existing. So my file is existing in this path. Okay, and I'm trying to load emp1 file. Okay. Okay, let me show you that file as well. I'll try to open. Okay, next, put file and give the space here at the rate, and you are representing the stage with at the rate symbol, right? And I'm trying to load it into the user stage. So tilde symbol. Okay, let me execute this command here. Okay, so put command is not a supported feature in the Snowflake web UI. We cannot run the put command in the Snowflake web UI. Okay, so for that we can use debugger. Let me show you here my files. Yeah, this is my file. I'm trying to load from this location. So I am going to use a debugger, which is a third party client to the Snowflake. It's a universal editor, right? We discussed in the last sessions. Just go and check if you haven't looked at it. Okay, so I copied that put command into the debugger. So I'm just checking if there are any files already existing in the user stage previously if I loaded. Okay, yeah, there are some files I loaded. I'm trying to remove all the files. Okay, remove at the rate your user stage. Then it will remove all the files from the stage. See, they are all removed, but user stage will not be deleted. You cannot remove or that means you cannot delete the user stage or create the user stage or alter the user stage. Okay, you cannot do anything, you can just load the files. So now I am trying to load my file emp.csv file into the user stage. Let me see. Okay, yeah, see, my file is successfully loaded. If you clearly observe here, I uh, loaded a non-gunzip file, but automatically while sitting in the Snowflake, it automatically gunzipped it, compressed. Okay, so our actual source size is 230, but when it is in Snowflake, it reduced the size since it is gunzipped. That means it is indirectly saving the storage in our Snowflake. And yes, of course, source compression is none, right? We did not load a compressed file, so that is why none. So target compression is gunzip, right? And yes, it is successfully loaded, and the data which is existing in the stage is encrypted. That means it is 100% secure to store the data in the Snowflake now, as it is encrypted. Okay, we have loaded. Let's see if the file is loaded successfully or not. See, yes, the file is loaded successfully. Here clearly observe, it created an MD5 value, that means a checksum value for this file. So a unique value is given to this file. That means if you load again this file, it will not allow you to load it. Let's try. Okay, because it has given a unique name, unique number for this name. Let me load it. See, it is skipped. That means file with the same destination name, file with same destination name, uh, and checksum already exists. Checksum means that value, that unique value. So we cannot load the same file again. But what we can do if we have to load the same file again? Okay, for that you have an option. One is you can remove the file, or you can use a overwrite command here. Overwrite equal to true. Okay, so if you give overwrite equal to true, you can load the same file again and again. See, it is loaded successfully now. Okay, now we have loaded the file here, and let's see how the data looks in the stage. Let me go to the Snowflake and see how the data looks there. Okay. How to select the data from the stage file? Okay. Let's see if the file is existing in the stage or not once. Yeah, the file is existing. So we'll try to check the data from this file. How to check it? Let's select the data. Select star from stage. Stage, and stage have only one file here. So I am giving stage completely. When you give stage name, it will try to load all the data, uh, the data from all the files. Here we have only single file. Okay. So I'm just trying to execute it. Let's see if this command works. Okay. See, select with no columns error we got. That means the conclusion point here, we cannot select the data using star or column names. The only way we can select the data from um, stage is you have to give the dollar numbers here. Dollar one, dollar two. Our file has 8 columns totally. So we need to give here the numbers. Okay, dollar five, dollar six, like this. If you want to select only few columns, you can. So from at the rate stage, correct? Yeah, I'm selecting the columns. Super. See, we got the data. Like that, we can select $7, $8 also. So there is no other way to select the data from the stage file. You must use the dollar numbers. Okay, fine. We are successfully able to put the file in the user stage. Okay, let me put the file in the table stage as well. Okay, let me go to the debugger. Now I am trying to execute the same command but with table stage. So table stage, how to represent it? At the rate, percentile symbol, and table name. What is the table name? We created a table for us, right, to load the data. So definitely there should be a uh, table stage here, correct? Let me see if that table stage exists or not. Okay, first of all, at the rate, percentile symbol, and table name. This is how we represent the table stage, right? Let me see. Okay, see, it did not say like does not exist, object does not exist. It gave some output here with no data. That means the stage is existing, but we do not have files that are loaded in the stage, correct? So that means we have the table stage. Well, let me load the data into the table stage now. At the rate, symbol, and emp source is my table name. Let me put the file in the stage. We need not to use override because for the first time we are loading the data into our stage, right? Okay. Okay, we need to set the context. Okay, in last session we have discussed how to set the context. I'm setting up here again. Use role, dev role, and you have to use warehouse. Okay, warehouse name, and finally database and schema. Our database new underscore core dot new underscore raw, correct? Use schema, sorry. So if you give use a schema with a database fully qualified name, then you can set up directly the database and schema in one step. Okay, we have set them. Let us check what role we are using. Use sorry, select current role. In which role we are in? I'm just checking, double checking it. Yes, we are in dev role. Select current warehouse we are using. Okay, it should be definitely computer. Yep, correct. So next, which schema we are in and which database you are in. Select current database. Okay, done. Current spelling is wrong here. Current. Okay, done. And select the schema. Current schema. Definitely it should be new row. Okay, done. Uh, Now we will execute our put command in our schema that we have set up because our table is in that schema itself, right? Okay, done. It is loaded successfully. Now we will see the data from the table stage. Same command, no change, same command, and you are representing a table stage here with percentile and table name. See, now we can see the data out of this stage, of course. Yes, good. We are able to put the file in the table stage as well, and we are able to see the data. Now we will create a named internal stage and try to load the data. Okay, create or replace. How to create the named internal stage? Decide with the desired name, create or replace stage and your stage name. Here my stage name, named internal stage name is int stage sum. Any name you can give. So internal stage, I given a name, and only this step is needed, create or replace here. Okay, I'm executing it. Done. Our stage is created. So how to check if the stages are existing in our database and schema? Show stages. Okay, show tables, show file format, show um, views like this. So we have only one named internal stage in this database, in this schema. Why it is not showing table stage and user stage? Yeah, see, in show stages command, it will not show user stage or table stage. Okay, that doesn't mean like those stages are not existing. They are existing, but they are not going to visible in show stages command. So here clearly observe, this is type internal. Okay, type internal. Okay, if external stage is created, then it will get it as external. Okay, let me load the data into this int stage. Okay, go to the debugger and use the same put command and load the same file in the, in which stage? Internal stage. Now at the rate symbol is not required. We need only stage name. That means ent underscore our stage name. Correct. So we will try to load the data. Overwrite is not required because we are loading the data for the first time. Okay, we are loading the file for the first time. Int stage does not exist. 1 minute. Put file does not exist or not authorized. Int underscore stage. Let me use capitals here. I think debugger. Mm, no, it's exist, right? What is it? Oh, sorry. Stage name is stage. Okay, so use it. I executed it. It's executing. See, uploaded successfully. Let me go and check whether data is there or not. Again, same command. Take the same select file, uh, select command and paste it. But our stage name is int underscore stage. Correct? Yeah. See. Yeah, data is there. So that means putting the file in the stage is same for every type of stage. Either it is a user stage, table stage, or a named internal stage. Okay, now we will try to load multiple files into the stages. Let's see how we can load it. My intention is I want to load emp2, emp3, emp4. Okay, and whatever the files starting with emp, I need to load it. Let me check how I can do it. Okay, to load multiple files into the stage, let me use internal stage from now onwards. Whatever the steps I am following now will be applicable to table stage and user stage. I'm not going to show again for user stage and table stage. The options we are using for internal stage are applicable to the user stage as well as table stage. Okay, put file. Now use a regular expression here. Our file should start with emp, so emp, and give a star here, and all should end with csv files. Only csv files should be loaded into our internal stage. Okay, let me execute it. One uh, file will be skipped. Why? emp1 is already loaded. Okay, see, emp1 is skipped and remaining all are uploaded successfully. And if you see, all are compressed. See, all are compressed, correct? And all are gun zipped. Our source compression is all none, and for all it is gun zip. And emp1 skipped with the same destination and check some error. Okay, all files are loaded. Now we will go and check the data here. When we checked for the first emp1 file, how many number of rows we have seen? We have only 4 rows in that file, so we are able to see the 4 rows now. If you clearly observe here, it is also showing the column header as one row, which is a column header, but we are only interested in the rows. Okay, I'll tell you about that. For now, just uh, see how we can see the data from the stage. Okay, I'm selecting the command to check the data in the stage. See how many files are loaded into the stage. It is showing all files data. If you clearly observe here, see one. Okay, see, header here, again here header. So for every file, header is also included along with the record here. Okay, we have to avoid that. We will do that step in the next session. For now, just see how the data looks. But with this, you are not able to know what has come from which table, correct? Which record has come from which table? To know that, we have a special column called metadata dollar file name, which will tell you which record has come from which file. Okay, metadata dollar file name. Okay, see, we'll see here. See, this these records came from emp3, and these records came from emp data underscore error. Okay, and these files came from emp2, like this. We are able to know from which file these records has come, but still our header is coming here. Okay, just observe that. And now I want to see the data only that is related to emp1, only emp1. So at that time, what we can do? So slash and emp name. Okay, emp name, I'm just copying it from here and pasting it. Only emp1 records I want to check. See, only emp1 related records I'm seeing here. Okay, I want to check emp4. Okay, see, only emp4 records are visible now. Okay, that means if only stage is given, it will show all the records from all the files. Okay, now this is done. We have learned how to load multiple files into the put. Now the other option is how to create subfolders in the stage. Okay, this is applicable to table stage as well as user stage. So I want to put emp4 emp4 in emp data folder. and also a subfolder like this, sub emp data. Okay, so if I load the data like this, see, it is uploaded into this folder. We'll see how the folder is looking here. Okay, go to stage, and if you give list at the rate stage, your stage name, see, we are able to see multiple files here. See, all in stage name and file names, and file all the file names. Here you clearly observe I have kept emp4 in subfolder, emp data folder and sub emp data folder. That means this is a granular path for emp4. Okay, this is how we can create the folders in the stages, and we can load it when we want to maintain a for HR department or a production department, marketing department, we can use separate folders for those specific files. Okay. Now, if we select the data, it will fetch the data from this folder file as well. If you are using only stage name while you are selecting the data. Okay. And now uh, we will discuss a few more options on put command here that Snowflake supports. So here already we discussed on overwrite, and remaining three parallel equal to a number. We can give a number. That means uh, if you are loading a big file into the stage, then you can use parallel number here more than 4. By default it is 4. Okay, but if you give more number here, that many threads will be created in the background to load that file quickly. The processing will be done concurrently, and the biggest file will be loaded successfully. Let's try this. Okay. Okay, now I am trying to load again all the files, mm, okay, with emp start. Let me do it. Okay, let me load it in emp data folder and all files folder, and star here to load all the files. Okay, uh, we'll check how much time it will take to load the files without parallel. Okay, by default parallel is 2. Okay, let me give it. By default, the parallel is 4. Okay, let me see how many seconds it has taken. Okay, 5.80 seconds. Now I'll give parallel equal to. You will not see much difference because um, these files have very little data. Okay, very less data. Okay, if the difference you can see when you have GBs of data, definitely you can see the difference. So here I am using 20 here. Let me check how much time it will take. For this it took 5 seconds. Okay, see, it took less time if you use parallel. That is the conclusion point. If you use more parallel threads, then your files are going to load quickly. That is the conclusion point. And next is auto compress equal to true. That means by default auto compress is true. Okay, that is why when you are trying to load the files in the uh, stage, it is auto compressing it in the target. Okay, but if you give uh, I'm giving override here because I'm trying to load the files again. Okay, with auto compress equal to false. That means I'm telling Snowflake that please don't compress while you are putting the files in the Snowflake. Okay, let me see. See, okay, the target file. Okay, the target file. and source file and target file are unzipped. See, none, none. Compression is none, none, and same size. That means we are not storing the data into the Snowflake, and of course, it is always encrypted in the Snowflake. So, but if auto compress equal to true, um, it is definitely going to compress it. Oh, see, target, right? Guns it. By default, auto compress equal to true even if you don't give it. Okay, next option. What is the next option? We'll check it. Next option is source compression. Okay, what is this type of source? What is the compression type of your source? Either it is a gunzip, bz2 broadly, but Snowflake is clever enough to auto detect the source compression. So here, when I gave .csv, it is by default it is identified. It is not a compressed file, hence it is compressed. Only broadly type, it is unable to auto detect it. Let me show you that in the documentation itself they given. One minute. See. Specify the method of compression used on already compressed files that are being staged. Compression algorithm or auto detect method. uh, Compression algorithm detected automatically except for broadly compressed files which cannot currently be detected automatically. So for broadly you have to specifically mention source compression equal to broadly. Others they can automatically get detected by the Snowflake. That is a conclusion point. Okay. Next, what is the final option we have? Okay. Yeah, that's it. We already discussed the override. So we have discussed all the options of uh, put command and how to load the multiple files, how to load the specific file. Now, how to remove the files from the stage. Okay. Uh, Use remove or rm. Anything is fine. If you want to remove specific folder, just mention here. It will remove files from that folder. See, I gave here double at the red symbol. So see, removed. File is removed, not the folder. Let me check. If the file is not existing, it will not show you the folder as well, but let's check. See, we deleted sub emp data folder, correct? Sub emp data. We are not able to see that sub emp data folder here. That means it is removed. If there is no file in there, the folder will be automatically deleted. Now, how to delete a specific file from that folder? Let's check. What is the file that is existing in all files? Let's remove emp2 from here. Okay. Let me copy this path. Okay. Okay. So remove specific file from that folder. Remove like this. 1 minute something. Oh, I missed at the red symbol here. Okay. I'm again executing it. Remove. Let me check if that file shows up here. I'm executing the list command again. See, emp2 file is missing. 1, 3, 4 is there, but 2 is not there. That means it got deleted. Now, how to remove uh, all the files in a single command? So just remove and at the rate your stage name. That's it. It will remove all the files from that stage. Okay. Let's check if any files are there in our stage. Okay. That means remove command will not delete the stage. It will delete only the files that are present in the int stage. But how to delete the stage? So For that, we need to use drop command. Okay, drop stage name. What is our stage name? This is the stage name. Okay, here at the red symbol, I think it's not needed. Yes, it's not needed. Okay, dropped. And any object in the snowflake can be undropped except stage. You cannot undrop the stage. Let me try. Okay, unsupported feature undrop for objects of type stage. That means undrop command is not supported for stage. And you cannot drop table stages, or you cannot drop user stage. Let us try. Drop at the rate tilt symbol. Let me try. Drop stage. Okay, execute it. See, unexpected at the rate tilt symbol. It will not allow you to delete. And stage drop stage at the rate table. What is our table name? So emp underscore source. This is our table stage. Let me drop it. You cannot drop it. Okay, but you can drop any other object. Drop table. I'm trying to drop emp source. If table is deleted, automatically your stage will be deleted. Let me try. Drop table emp rc. Yes, it's successfully dropped. You now check if table stage is available or not. Okay, table stage emp underscore sc. Let me check. It will say that does not exist because we dropped the table, hence table stage is already deleted. Finally, I'm trying to undrop the table. When I try to undrop the stage, it is not successful, right? We are unable to undrop it. But let me try to undrop the table. Before that, let me check if that table is existing in the or not. See, there is no table emprc in our database. Okay, let me undrop now. Undrop table emp underscore src. So simply you can undrop it and restore our table. See, now I'm executing show table. Yeah, now we are able to retain our emp source table, and simply you click on here, we can see our table structure is existing as is. See, yep. That's all for today. We have discussed on various options of put command, how to load the files in the how to put the files in the Snowflake stage, and how to load multiple files in the stage, how to load single file, and also we discussed how to create the subfolders in the stage, and how to delete the specific files from the stage, and how to delete all the files or specific folders from the stage. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much for your time. In next session, we will try to load the files which are existing in the stage. We will load the data into our emp source folder. Okay, thank you so much for your time.